Hey, Cop Watchers. It's Saturday, the 21st of December, and the revolution has started in the state of Virginia. I don't know how many of you people have been keeping up with what's going on in the state of Virginia, but after the last election, it went from red state to blue state, Republican to Democrat. Not that it makes much of a difference. Both parties seem to have their problems. But the fact is, the Democratic Party is making the threats to take the guns, and they are proposing laws to restrict gun purchase, gun ownership, and the type of gun that you can own. And this is really no different than Lexington and Concord back during the Revolution days, pre-Revolution, 1773, 74, 75. But what's going on in the state of Virginia, the courageous men and women of that state, of those counties, are rising up and demanding accountability from their county commissioners and their sheriffs. And folks, the sheriffs and the county commissioners of the state of Virginia are responding. They're responding to the cries of the people, the demands of the people, that they want to keep their guns and they want the Second Amendment to not be infringed. That word infringed is really quite clear. There's no ambiguity when you say don't infringe the Second Amendment. So what is happening? It's really exciting, and it's great news that many of the commissioners of the various counties have passed resolutions, have passed law, have passed different statements of fact regarding the Second Amendment and their position on the Second Amendment. They're calling it sanctuary county status for the Second Amendment. And almost the entire state of Virginia, 80-something counties and municipalities have declared themselves to be Second Amendment sanctuary status. And there are even some counties that are creating their own militia. That's right. They're creating their own militia. One sheriff has even declared that he is going to deputize his entire population of Second Amendment followers if need be. That's basically a militia. Now, the threat started with the Democratic Party after the election in Virginia. And now it has gone to the governor. Apparently the governor has stated or has threatened that he is going to call out the National Guard to enforce what he claims to be representing is the law. But we know that if you infringe upon the Second Amendment, you are not within the law. You're outside the law. You're a lawbreaker. You're an outlaw. And there is Supreme Court precedence that even says that when laws are passed contrary to the Constitution, you don't have to obey them. You don't have to enforce them. That law, that precedent-setting case, was Marbury versus Madison. And it says that they are null in effect, null and void, no effect. So folks, the revolution has started peacefully, and hopefully it remains that way. But you know as well as I do, tyrants see no stopping to their power, their love of power. And hopefully we can use the power of love to overcome the love of power. And that's what it looks like the citizens and the county sheriffs and county commissioners in the great state of Virginia are attempting to do. And that is overcome the love of power with the power of love of the Second Amendment and the righteous act of obeying the law. This is a righteous battle. This is a battle that everyone needs to be involved in. Not just Virginia, but other states all across the country. It actually got started in Illinois, believe it or not, with the exception of Cook County. Almost the entire state of Illinois has gone Second Amendment sanctuary status. The state of Oregon, the state of Washington, the state of Nevada, except 2 counties, is Second Amendment sanctuary. And we need to also thank the organization Richard Mack runs out there in Arizona, former Sheriff Richard Mack, CPSOA or something like that. I forget what it stands for. Police Officers and Peace Officers and Sheriffs Association. It's a great organization. They're standing up for the constitutional rights of we the people. And they're law enforcement people. Not all law enforcement are bad, like many would like you to believe. There are many exceptions, and they're growing. There are many whistleblowers in the FBI and the CIA and the NSA that are blowing the whistle on the crime of 9/11, the conspiracy of 9/11. And that's exactly what it was. You think those buildings fell straight down in symmetrical fashion because an airplane smacked into them? Not hardly, folks. 3,200 architects and engineers have filed a grand jury petition, an inquiry, a criminal grand jury request by 3,200 architects and engineers, because many FBI and military personnel are whistleblowers. So, folks, the bottom line is, this country is rapidly changing. And you need to get in motion with the change, but you need to get on the right side of the change. Sides are being drawn. It's time to start considering what you're going to do. If you live in the state of Virginia and the governor does call out the National Guard, expect borders to be closed with checkpoints. Expect your travel to be restricted. Expect checkpoints everywhere. So be careful what you're carrying and where you're carrying it and when you're carrying it. Be careful about what you see happening. Make sure you're not found wanting. Make sure you make the right connections with the people you can trust. Stick close to family and trusted friends. Be wary and on guard against newcomers. Newcomers can be okay. Johnny-come-latelys can be okay, but be on guard. Be suspicious. Like Reagan said, trust but verify. Because the government has many, many people at their disposal that they can use as snitches, as undercover investigators. So just make sure you're obeying lawfulness. Make sure you're doing what the Constitution and your local laws say, relevant to constitutional law. Never follow or obey illegal orders or illegal laws. Now, last week I got criticized because I obeyed a legal order. It wasn't a lawful order by a deputy of Charlotte County, Florida, but it was a legal order, apparently. He thought. I would disagree, but I didn't want my camera confiscated. I didn't want to go to jail. I'm more valuable outside the jail. My money is better spent fighting the good fight out here. The day is coming when we will have our time in court with a jury of our peers, where we can fight fairly. But that time was not last Friday, December 13th, rather. That time is coming, though. But folks, this is a very serious moment in our history, and it's time to share this information. I recommend that you go to a website, become a member, get on their mailing list. The site is called gunrightswatch.com. gunrightswatch.com. They will keep you up to date on which states are becoming sanctuary status, which counties, which cities, which townships, which municipalities. That's about all right now. Just out here, had to come out in the bay and enjoy the boat for a little bit, check on the anchor. We've got some hooligans out here, and we need to keep our eyes on them. So anyways, folks, if you would like to contact us, do so at tyrannysolutions@gmail.com. tyrannysolutions@gmail.com. If you're in the local area of Charlotte County, contact Charlotte County Congress at gmail.com. If you have any knowledge of corruption in the local Charlotte County area, please send it to us. There is a growing bipartisan, transpartisan movement in America. The people are sick and tired of being screwed by big government. And forces are now uniting. All across Central and Southwest Florida, we have a water pollution problem that is approaching catastrophic, criminal. And we are uniting our forces to combat this criminal operation of phosphate mining by a handful of companies that continue to pollute our water, our pristine Florida aquifer. So folks, wake up. To those of you that are asleep, to those of you that are just kind of watching these as entertainment, realize that this is not entertainment. It might be interesting, but it's not entertainment. This is a real fight, a real battle in a real world. And times are changing very quickly. So get ready for more exciting videos. This one might not be too exciting, but I'm just trying to fill you up with what's going on. You might not be aware. I'm sure some of you out there are very aware, but some of you aren't. So I'm just trying to educate and fill the void. So be sure to share and like and click the bell to get the immediate alerts. Some of these videos might be time sensitive. And be sure to share. Share the video. Share it on your Facebook in any way you can. So that's about all for now, folks. Till more later. Have a good night. Over.